the round brush, one of the most beautiful and most used brush of all time. But today, we're here to find out if we can do a painting with just only using the round brush. We're here to solve the myth. Why use many brush when you have one brush? Quote that on me. I think without further ado, let's just get right into this. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe. And let me quickly skip to the part where I sketch this out, and then it's time to paint, baby. As you guys can see, we have a very simple sketch that I've done with this beautiful, sexy reference of a man that is to the left. And yes, we're doing a guy. We seem to always draw girls, but let's do a dude, because I am a dude. This is gonna be not too much different than I feel like what I normally do. I do abuse the round brush a good bit, but it is gonna be harder in the rendering stage because I don't use the round brush too much to render. So we're gonna see how this goes. Base color wise, this should be fun. I always love using the good round brush, but without further ado, let's just quickly get this man's skin and everything on there. So, and we're also gonna be using the default round brush. No custom round brushes. This is the default, boy. All right, the base little skin has been put down. As you guys know with the round brush, I feel like the round brush can more or less do everything that any brush can. It just takes more time. All right, but I think that's a good base skin color. I think we should just go over with the hair now. So he has a very dark hair, which is fun to do. So let's just, whew. So basically, I feel like this is the best way to think of round brush. The round brush to me is like butter. So like when you put something down, it be smearing, like smoothing down. It's a horrible analogy. I'm sorry. I don't know how to talk and draw, man. I don't know if any of y'all have this issue like me, but yeah, talking and drawing just doesn't work for me. All right, I feel like we got the base hair here. It's a little scuffed over here, so we can maybe like grab the eraser and just kind of chip away at that. There you go. Chip away right there. Okay, I mean, looks pretty good right now. We can quickly just grab a literal all white shirt, right? And just, yeah, we could just put that on here. No worries right now. These are just the base colors. The round brush is great though if you guys are just trying to get some base colors in. Always recommend using the round brush for base coloring. It's just so smooth, feels like butter. Yeah, I really love the word butter today, I feel like. Let me know in the comments, by the way, what's your guys' favorite brush. Anyways, I'm kind of curious because I feel like round brush is most people's favorite brushes, but the flat brush I know is really popular too. Just a nice flat brush. Personally, see this gloaming brush right here? It's a free brush on Procreate. This thing, I love it, dude. So if you make it bigger, look at this. It has such a nice texture. I love it. This brush is great for like hair and doing like rendering and stuff. But we won't use it obviously, but great brush. I love it. I actually genuinely love that brush. But without further ado, let's get into a little bit. We have the base colors down, bit of the maybe shading, rendering here going, and maybe let's do the eyes first. How about that? Got the eyes. He has very dark eyes. This man has beautiful eyes. Like, no weird shit. This dude got beautiful eyes. You know, and this is where it's gonna start to hurt me is for the eyes, I always love using the glowing brush and then a flat brush. So not having that is actually gonna annoy me a little bit. So I guess we're just gonna have to make the round brush really tiny. Yeah, it could do the job, I guess. I'm not a big fan of the round brush with eyes. Ugh. Oh yeah, I don't like that at all. All right, I mean, how are we gonna do this? I never used the round brush for eyes. Let's make brush just a little bit bigger. So I guess what we'll do is we'll put a base thing on here. Then maybe we'll go over it with an eraser and try to fix it up. We could try to fix it up. He looks terrifying right now. Oh, he looks so dead. What the? Oh my god. We could do that. We could save this. Come on. I guess the plan here is kind of go back over it to make it very light. Yeah, that could That could do the job a little bit. He still looks scary though, you know what I mean? Also, he has like brown eyes. I don't know why we're in the black range here. I think for now, we might just have to let that one go. The eyes are gonna bother me, dude. That's actually gonna trigger me now. I didn't realize the issue of, I don't know, I'm just so used to not doing it like this. So let's just make the brush tiny. Let's do the eyes how we do them though. So let's go over it with a little bit of dark. Go over with the darks. And there we go. This is very heavy. There we go. Okay. For right now, I feel like this could do the job. Let's grab his eyebrows. We can also do those while we're here. I mean, with the brown brush, shouldn't be too bad. We just kind of have to... Now, I will tell you, here's the one benefit I feel like a round brush. See how we're over the eyebrow? The thing with the round brush is you can create such sharp shapes, even though it is a round brush in the end. Look how sharp of a shape we can create just by going back and erasing it. Look at that. Look at his eyebrow. Look how sharp it is. And I feel like that's really the benefit of a round brush, and why so many people do abuse it, is we can create these such sharp shapes by just going over and erasing it. And I don't know what kind of term we want to call that. Maybe just like, there's definitely a term for that where you go back over and you reduce. I think maybe it's just called reducing, but yeah, it's definitely a great way to, if you want to make your lines more thick and you are just trying to do round brush, it's really nice in rendering, you know, etc. like that. But, yeah. So I feel like we should quickly give him some lips. I know some people do like to... He gonna look like a girl with this, but we're gonna give some juicy ass lips. But I feel like some people really like to use airbrush for lips, which is to each their own. I usually just kind of like going over very softly. Woof, look at that. He got duck lips. And then we go back with the eraser to really create some hard defined lines here. So here's the bottom of it we marked. Let's go there. Look at that. Create a nice hard line. Hard line. He definitely doesn't. Dang, I ain't gonna lie. He looking like a whole woman right now. Also, his lips and shit are way off. We're gonna have to move those over just a tad bit here, or that's gonna straight bother me. So the power of digital art is we can grab it and no, don't make it bigger. Do not do that. No, there you go. There we go. We got that. Let's go back. We're gonna have to quickly fill in that, but that's whatever. Yeah, he does look like a girl right now. That is very, very true. You're thinking of that at home. And then let us use the smudge tool, but we'll also use the smudge tool with the round brush. You know what I mean? So makes it fair. We're gonna try to smudge out. Just try to blend out these edges. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Just, oh my God, that light. I look so red in that lighting. If I go this way, the light's gonna hit me. But, maybe I gotta sit like this. Maybe. You guys get my side angle then. But, yeah, I think that works. The smudge brush isn't cheating because we are using the round brush to smudge. So if you a hater, you're hating. You know what I mean? But yeah. I feel like now we can go, and I'm gonna start trying to render a lot of this. Also, if I move the camera, this is probably better, isn't it? Yeah, this is way better. Actually, before I do a time lapse, I'm gonna show you guys quickly why I do love the round brush though with shading. So let's quickly go up, make a clipping mask, and I'm gonna show you here. It just looks so smooth. So let's say you want to add some shadows, right? There's always some shadow around his eye. You grab it here, and the round brush is just great for this. If you want to add shadow, I'm telling you, the round brush is your best friend. I know it might look a little weird at first, right? Looks a little janky. Let's say you want a sharp line, right? We could go back and eraser it. Now we have very harsh lines, right? We could also grab the smudge tool, we can blend it together, and that could create a more blended feel. It just really depends what you are wanting to go for with your style. Me personally, I like to blend out a lot of them, and then once you blend it out, I like to go back in and then maybe add some harsh lines. So let's do for the neck, for example, right? So we have the neck here. Let's go just a little bit. So we're gonna quickly just do it, just a base blend here. So we're gonna grab the blend tool. It's set, the blending mode is set to our round brush. We're gonna quickly just go on the outside, right? Just on the outside. Blend it in, make it look nice, nice and pretty. Bam. Look how much that already added to the neck. Just that base level. Okay, so I feel like we put some highlights, we put some shadows. You guys are probably going to be seeing the like zoomed up version while you can do it, but you could be watching. And as you guys probably noticed, really the main thing, what I do, which maybe will help y'all, is like, let's say you're going in, right? And this is your hard shadow. You could, if you want, this is just a tactic, blend out one side, and then the other tactic is you sharpen one. So now you have this sharp on one side, blended out on the other. It looks kind of realistic when you do it like that, I feel like. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that there, obviously. But yeah, it's just nice to do that. Yeah, I feel like we should maybe tackle the hair a little bit, then come back to the face, and then we're going to have to come back to the eyes too, because they're bothering me. But yeah, you guys are just gonna keep seeing the time-lapse version of this challenge. And here's a good tactic for hair that at least I like to do. We put some splotches of color here, and then we're also gonna be doing the reducing factor that we did earlier. So now we're gonna go back, we're gonna come back in, maybe from the top, maybe from the bottom. We're just gonna slowly reduce some of this that we added. This is just how I like to do hair, and we just keep kind of going over with this. Go up, go down, make that reduce thing. There we go. That's just slowly how I like to build upon the hair, and then we just merge it down. And now we just slowly keep building upon this layer by layer. Hair's gonna be a little bit weird for me because I do really like using multiple brushes for the hair. But obviously you can't win them all, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. There we go. I feel like the hair is really working. So what I was doing at the end is I was grabbing really tiny strokes of like, I made the round brush super tiny, and all I basically did was made strokes, and then I went back over it and erased it, kind of to make it blend in more. So now if you zoom in, you can really see there's really tiny strokes that really give it that hair texture. And I do, you know what's funny is I like to use the rake brush and really add some like hair texture. So what we could do maybe is grab, yeah, this, okay, so this works. We could just try to erase the hair, but we'll do it lightly. So add some like little bit of texture almost. So let's say that kind of, yeah, that kind of works. All right, that's basically a rake brush. All right, there we go. We got a nice rake texture. I kind of like that. We just did that with the round brush, which is kind of cool. I would have never even thought about doing something like that. But yeah, okay, let's go back into the face, and I'll come back when maybe we're done here, finishing it up, doing a little last details and stuff. And that's it. The time lapse is gonna be the whole ending of me doing it all. The picture's probably gonna be next to my face or something. Sorry I have to hold the camera. The lighting is horrible in my room right now. But yeah, this was fun. I think it turned out really good. Only thing is, he looks kind of like a girl. I don't know. I always make them look feminine, man. I can't make them look masculine, but like, it is what it is. You know, we love our feminine men out there, so it is what it is. But yeah, I think it looked cute. The round brush definitely limited me on a lot of the rendering that I usually do, but I think I made ways for doing it. Even like the rake brush, we just slowly erase lines into it. It was a fun little challenge. Maybe you hated the video, maybe you loved it. Drop some, if you made it this far, subscribe. And if you did make it this far, drop an idea for what kind of video you want to see next, like another challenge, some fun. I'm just here to have fun, and hey, stay cute, everyone.